Alright, here we go. The mood across the whole company is bad. StarCraft 2 is dead. Diablo 3 is dead. Overwatch, despite most of the fucking office sacrificing our casual audience to chase esports for money, was a bad fucking idea. It is shock of shocks dying. Hearthstone is being described as in a death spiral. We've had 4 projects canceled in 3 months, and Ian's team doesn't want to hear it, but Battle for Azeroth is an unmitigated disaster. Well, this seems like it could be accurate. Let's see. Anyone who hasn't worked there for the last 15 years has got a non-negotiable pay cut or a chance to walk. Josh Allen went fucking berserk, all because Papa Activision wants to save money. People begged Morheim to stay. Now the sentiment is that he smelled which way the wind was blowing. So many people are in positions they are unqualified for. This isn't an insult, it's a fact. You have people 2 years into positions asking their underlings what to do constantly. The brain drain has affected company structure severely. Has affected company structure severely. No matter how people tear your hair out, and the higher up still think to make an esport out of every game is going to strike rich eventually. The fool's gold wishful thinking horseshit has cost them millions. Massive crunch on projects like Diablo 4, people sleeping under desks, grown men and women weeping openly as births and a few deaths are missed. What the fuck?
See? I told you!
I mean, this is like fire and brimstone. What is this? This is insane. I mean, do you guys actually believe this?
Yeah, but that goes back to what the video was about, right? People being overworked, and this is... Yeah. And then you have this post? I don't know, man. It kind of lends some credence to this post being, for the most part, some of it could be true, possibly, maybe true.
I mean, this is pretty intense, man. 2019 really felt like things are stretched thin and reaching a breaking point. A plan to basically hire university students as scabs? Oh my god, scabs, by the way, are people that go to work even though there's a union strike. If our university students as scabs under a get your foot in the door scheme, might as well be called the it's free exposure scheme. There was a punch up in the office after websites massively reported on female employees having to log their ovulation cycles.
That's true.
What is this, Minority Report? What the fuck?
No, that part's true. That part's true.
There's no way. Oh, what do you mean, dude? This is insane.
That part is true. It's true.
Right, okay. Giving exposure to major gaming issues. Keep it up, and thanks for the hard work. Cheers, Darpal. Thank you much for the 5. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I'm happy for your mom with the heart, the $50. Thank you very much, man. I fucking appreciate that. Thank you. This is second here. I made a throw on the forum. So many people defending the new mount. Scary stuff. Well, yeah. I mean, those are the only people that are on the forums. I mean, what a surprise. Have a 6-month sub on me because they don't want to buy mounts. I've heard earn them in game or Dr. Pepper. Either is good. That's probably going to be Dr. Pepper, man. Thank you. Blizzard is the BP oil company from South Park. Pog. We're sorry. Yeah, you're right, dude. Let's see. Right
here.
Okay, where?
This article confirms it's true.
What?
It says right there, another privacy concern lies with security. As the Post has previously reported, ovulation tracking app Glow's security was such that anyone could access a user's information if they had her email address. It's fucking true.
Oh, wow. Oh, and hey, by the way, I'm not even going to go there, actually. I'm not even going to go there. Just keep things like this in mind whenever companies want to make these cheap social political stances. Just keep things like this in mind. You're just being used they're using different social political things as just a way to advertise. This is exactly it. Real and true? No, there it is. I don't give a fuck. I can't even believe this, man. Okay, Okay, let me see here. A punch up in office. Okay, Chris Metzen came in for the first time in a long time. He had major surgery on his back or something. He's like, oh, that's why Thrall disappeared for Legion. Then he left the office looking 5 years older and just depressed. Many artists let go and work, outsource companies, Thigh asset developer, expect production costs. Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 is now in full production as a it will fix it release, okay? It's just Left 4 Dead with robots, played with the flashback seasonal event, and that's for $60 in exclusive cosmetics. And one of the strangest sights I've ever seen a person of color. Wait, what is this? I don't even know if I'll read it. A stranger sight, I've seen a person of color I won't place the race or gender to for their employment's sake walked off in disgust as 4 flabby white dudes getting real excited to finally develop a game with no white men in it.
Well, hell yeah, it's about time. I think, maybe.
I mean, I mean... What do you guys think? Like fake?
Does that mean it's? Do you really think that means it's fake?
I don't think
that line right there.
I don't think so.
Now, I don't know because I'm torn. I think some of it is just. Well, obviously, we just found out that the ovulation tracking, that part of the post is true, and that seems like really fucking intense, crazy shit. So that means that this other intense, crazy shit could be true as well. So, I don't know, chat. This is fucking weird. What do you think?
Apex doesn't have any white people in it? Yes, it does. That's caustic. This is a stretch, okay? Like, of all the things that I've read so far, this is, I mean, it's plausible, right? I mean, anything's plausible. But, like, I don't know. I'd say it's 50-50. Maybe something like this did happen, but who knows? Let's see. Obviously, the media message right now is about average culture. Okay. It turns as I have Sauron. Don't talk about that behind doors. At least they used to didn't. It was about making the game to consumer develop and enjoy, not chasing woke brownie points. The game is set before and after the Winston home invasion. The memes about Overwatch being entirely backstory were strongly taken to heart. Tracer's girlfriend will die, and over time she will learn to heal after another romance with Widowmaker, who has her... Oh, okay. Hey, you know what? Never mind. Yo, this is great. I'm gonna buy this game. Oh, yo, I've been waiting for this for like 2 years now. Bro! This is it. Yeah, no, listen. Like, I'm happy now. This is great. Like, I'm gonna buy Blizzard stock right after this. Do you believe this shit? I didn't say I believe it. Like, I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, there's nothing for me to, like... There's no way for me to know. Okay, just a second. Let me read the rest of this. The McCree age plot hole is being retconned into him being one of 3 clones of Soldier 76 and a Metal Gear Solid reference. One is found murdered as a story seed for future content. Reaper is gay. Alright. Okay, a third faction is being... Maybe that's why Soldier 76 and Reaper didn't like each other. Maybe they were dating and they broke up. That's what... I mean, we put 2 and 2 together, right? It was in plain sight, it's a sexual tension. Oh my god. Okay, let's get the rest of this out of the way, okay? Just give me 1 second. Okay, what's this, game war? Yeah, Reaper has a wife and kid, though? Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of guys that, like, they have, like, families and they realize that they're gay. I mean, like, you know, like, no memes or anything like that happens all the time. Or you could just be bisexual, right? I mean, there's plenty of guys that are like that. Anyway, let's get out of that. A third faction is being added to balance out the why would we use these characters work together just because they hate the other guys, okay? Third faction makes sense. Loot boxes being replaced with direct time lock purchases in a weekly rotation selection and strict seasonal buy it or it's gone sales. So that's basically like Apex. Crouch co-op is happening. This is extremely popular in Diablo 3, okay? Don't expect a massive engine upgrade as a version for the Switch is in the works, okay? Diablo 4 went into Surgent, which is sudden urgent, production with the reaction to Diablo Immortal. From shareholders, you dumb fucks, not consumers, your opinions mean literally nothing to them, and many higher-ups only show a distaste for you as a necessary evil they have to deal with. So it's just like Twitch viewers. Yeah, just like Twitch viewers. Yeah, that sounds very, very accurate. It's a first-person game made in the Overwatch engine.
What?
What?
Wait, Diablo 4 is gonna be first person? Is that what that says?
Listen, like, let's see, it's an absolute mess. They intend to replace the vacuum in our ecosystem left by Destiny, and they want to essentially be the first fantasy shooter. Oh, shooter/looter. Well, that would be a really good idea if they had a time machine to go back 15 years ago. That way they could release it before Elder Scrolls. That's true. Yeah, I mean, that's a really good idea. I never thought of that. Okay, yeah, they just need to make that, and they'll be completely fine. Medieval Borderlands, exactly. Okay, let's go to the next one. If it's not going well gameplay-wise, they can't get the loot to drop and properly... Okay, right here. Okay, properly, Anthem's public response has terrified them. Yeah, it would terrify me too. Game involves a siding with demons, as after millennia of peace, angels are now authoritarian, controlling all regime, and once again want to purge sanctuary. So you get on the same side with the demons. Okay, that's great. I want to listen to this song. We'll listen to this song. This is a nice chill song. The tagline being workshopped, let out your inner demons. As the ult mechanic from Overwatch is basically a demonic themed power up for each character. Final boss is a holy light-infused angel, a holy/light-infused angel Diablo called Diablo Primus. Okay, let's get to the World of Warcraft part. This is what we care about, okay? Final Fantasy XIV is no longer allowed to be mentioned in the offices. Quote, we don't allow negativity in the dojo.
That's not true.
Why do you think that?
That part where it says we don't allow negativity in the dojo, that is a line from the story people, where they have like this room, and they call it the fucking dojo at Blizzard, and it's referring to like when people talk shit about this story. It has nothing to do with Final Fantasy or anything like that. So that line is completely false.
Well, you could... No, the line... No, because the way that the line is structured implies that the reason why people are not allowing negativity is because of Final Fantasy XIV. But actually, if you look at it word for word, your mind goes to that conclusion, but it's not explicitly stated.
Yes, I know that, but what I'm saying is that quote specifically is in reference to, like, people talking shit about the story.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with Final Fantasy.
Well, anyway, let's keep going. They keep saying it's a natural ebb and flow. We can weather this storm, as WoW currently has dipped below 1 million subscribers, when our biggest competition just announced they finally broke 1 million at E3, but not in the dojo. Loot crates were planned, but after Belgium were hastily reworked into an in-game reward coming in 8.2 or later. Level squish being tested for 9.0. Response to Sylvanas is stronger than expected, but general sentiment is that players will come around by the end of the expansion. However, negative response to Christy Golden and Voidward story seeding has more people worried. BFA is a turning point where we need to exhaust the RTS lore and move on to new content, and our reaction from our core-heavy users is not looking positive. Next expansion lowers cap to 60 and level scales everything like the level Elder Scrolls Online. Volpura and Mechanome are the next Alliance races. Alliance race unlocks will now come with the cash shop as a paid unlock after the expansion ends, starting with the Legion allied races in 8.3 and BFA races in 9.0. There are two tabled competitors for 10.0, and reaction to the end of BFA is going to heavily impact the final decision on which makes the cut. The Classic team honestly look like the happiest employees in the company, but there is a growing one-sided animosity between the two teams. They think they can just replace us. Paranoia. Classic is going to dictate who is in charge of 10.0. If the money says one team is clearly more profitable, they get the reins.
What the fuck? I think
Was
this
this the
is
Hunger
true.
Games?
I think this is true.
What the fuck?
That potentially could be true. Because it's all, like I said, it's all about the money, right? And so whichever team is making the thing that is going to make Activision Blizzard, the most money, they are going to promote that team.
Yeah.
And they're going to let that team
Yeah.
run shit.
I mean, I can't... How can you argue against that? I mean, that seems pretty reasonable to me. I mean, what the fuck, man? I don't even know what to say about that, other than... Well, I'm not surprised, really, but still, I mean, this is just kind of crazy to hear, again. Okay, let's go back and we'll look at the rest of this. Turning point where we saw the okay, or is he? BC and Wrath servers are in the works as part of the classic trilogy. Okay, yeah, that kind of makes sense. StarCraft RTS as a genre is considered dead. They've tried to make it an esport, but it's just not Brood War. Shooter was planned as story live service element. Tychus Fenway survived the end of Wings Library, and after Raynor shot him and left in the Zerg Hive. Okay, so Tychus is going to be a Zerg now. Taken and partially rebuilt as Cyborg as the composer, a shadow beneficiary of Fenway. I don't really care about any of this other stuff from StarCraft. It doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, it's whatever. Arthas will rise again. Tried to make it an esport? Well, I mean, you know...
Read the Hearthstone one.
Okay, new project lead, not popular with team. Lots of butting heads at the roundtable meetings. User drop off is staggering. No Blizzard game in the history has fallen off this fast or this far. A lot of worries about loot box bills, counting Hearthstone packs as gambling. Rumblings in the halls of there's an experimental buy dust, pay more, and get more and save more system with legendaries now exclusive to paid adventures. It's not the esport they wanted it to be. There was plans for a Hearthstone VR, but it has been mothballed. Now, I don't really know what mothballed is, but I know mothballs are usually in closets that you don't use, so I'm going to assume that mothballed means that it's not going to happen, right? Scroll down. That's all the scrolling that we can do. There's one response, and it says, being a game dev sounds like fucking shit. Yeah, that's basically it. So...
By the way, that part about the art being outsourced for Hearthstone is true.
How? How do you know?
I'll link it to you.
Okay. Let's do a poll.
Summer nights that took us away. A perfect place,
how true? Let me gauge people's perspective on this.
So if you look at that second link I linked you, that guy has a ton of art.
Yeah.
And you'll see some of it is from Hearthstone cards, and he doesn't work at Blizzard.
Okay, how true do you guys think this post is? I'll give everybody a second, and we'll see what the responses are. I need to take a piss real quick, and I'll be right back.